punk rock Rainbow Dash.
Up the punks Rainbow Dash.
Off the what?
Up the punks.
Up the punks Rainbow Dash, ladies and gentlemen. So, Rainbow, tell me. I'm seeing a lot of patches for bands and a lot of very, very iconic punk rock things. Is that saying something about you? Is this very much you and what you bring to Rainbow Dash?
I think I decided, well, a lot of the decision for me to do this cosplay was that I realized that I, have a rainbow mohawk and have had it for a while. So I kind of realized, people are always like, oh, you look like a Rainbow Dash. So I realized I should totally get on that. And when I was designing the costume, I knew a lot of Rainbow Dashes are very, cutesy athletic. And Rainbow Dash is athletic in the show, but when I do, because I've done another human pony cosplay, and when I did that, I tried to think less about having ears and looking like a pony, and more if this pony were a person, what would they do? And I realized that there was no other option. Rainbow Dash had to be a street punk, from Philadelphia, because I went for a very Philadelphia kind of look as far as the neatness. And my sister has been a street punk for a while, so she was able to help me out with the aesthetic, and I could ask her and be like, does this look okay or not? Because I don't want to look like a poser. I don't want to look like a lame. I don't want it to look like a cosplay, which is successful because I think people have not really been asking me for pictures as much because you can't really even tell that I'm being Rainbow Dash until you see the back where I have the cutie mark. And I also was kind of because it was a little bit of a last minute thing, I've got 5 costumes this weekend, and so this was I did make all this, and I wanted to make something that I would wear anyway, even if it wasn't at a convention.
So outside the convention, you might be wearing something like this on the street.
Yeah, I would wear this on the street. I would.
And now the mohawk, because I know you mentioned that this is actually how you live, and this is a really good dye job. How do you separate the colors? What do you...
Well, this was my sister, like I said, has spent her years in the Baltimore punk scene, and so she helped me do this, I guess, about a month and a half ago. What we did was we did 6 individual ponytails, and then luckily we had most of the colors lying around from all my past dye jobs, and so we just did 6 different ones. We did just re-dye it on Thursday night, so it would be nice and colorful for this one, but we didn't re-dye all the colors because some of them had been okay, some of the other ones had really faded, and we really had to get those, but yeah.
Well, and I was going to say, I was very attracted to the fact that you've got GGL and you've got DRI, you've got the Addicts. There are a lot of these bands that, especially if people that are punks would walk up and just say that's actually, no, you did your research really well, or this is stuff that you actually listen to.
Yeah, so. Absolutely.
Oh, that's awesome. So the question that I've been asking everyone is, and obviously this is not necessarily a cosplay, but you've mentioned that you have a number of other cosplays.
Oh, yeah. This was kind of my casual, I'm going to be very tired because I've been doing a lot of cosplays. This was I also just aesthetically wanted it to be very, unclear as to whether it was a cosplay or not, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. But what should someone consider if they wanted to date a cosplayer?
Understand that it takes a lot of time, and that if it's I'm sorry I can't hang out tonight, I have to sew, is not a reason to get mad. I would also say don't try and control their cosplay choices, because I don't want to hear, but you shouldn't cosplay boys, because I want to cosplay boys sometimes,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Rainbow Dash.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Awesome. Up the punks.
Up the punks.
20% cooler. Woo!
Woo! Yeah!